Hello. Thank you, Lagertha. How is everyone? Come celebrate my birthday with me for a little while. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I'm just getting myself organized here. Let me fix this. There we go. Thank you, beautiful bestie. How was everyone on this fabulous Monday? Wow, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. What's going on in everyone's world, huh? Your birthday is on Friday? Happy early birthday to you. Is it Darion? Darionlicious? Thank you very much. LaShanta, thank you. Oh, that's good to hear, Lagertha. That's good to hear. In case any of you are new and you just wonder why I'm always looking to the side, is because my laptop's on the side. The laptop makes it easier for me to see the actual chat. Because on here, you probably notice I'm squinting most of the time, even with my glasses on. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. That was very nice. Thank you very much. I am too, Joy. Thank you, Salty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's everyone's manifestation mindset going today? Thank you, A. Thank you, Paige Aubrey. Thank you to anyone I missed, especially when we first got live. I know a bunch of you said happy birthday. Thank you. If I didn't say your name, thank you, thank you. And thank you for that comment, Lisa. Double tap your phone screen to give our birthday a like. Thank you. All you need is pie. Thank you. I recognize that username. I recognize you. Dare I say, Gare Bear. Thank you very much. Susan D, thank you. Leaners, thank you. Yes, Salty, my boyfriend, my SP, my boyfriend, is getting out of work early because he had to work today. And I am getting out of work early, obviously. And we're going out to dinner. That's what we're doing, to my favorite restaurant. Manifesting Maven, thank you very much. Happy birthday from me and the girls. I'm sure they're just as grateful for you as I am. So this Tinder guy, I'm smitten, pick me up. I love that I understood your code. You only had to say a few things and I completely understood. Okay. You're smitten. So is Tinder guy. So is Tinder guy. And if you want this Tinder guy to be your forever or something along those lines, right? It's up to you. I'm not trying to pressure you into forever, but you know where the mind should be, right? It's you choosing to be the version of yourself that is experiencing a love relationship like you never have before, better than anything you've ever experienced, because it's a mutual love. He wants the same thing you want. He wants to feel and express love with you. the same way that you want to feel it and express it with him. That's so important to remember, in my personal opinion. That, all right, let me just say it like this. So most of us, not all, most of us find manifestation from a broken moment. And that can be anything. So heartbreak, like fresh breakups, maybe just loneliness, maybe some kind of catastrophe or trauma. Most of us find it when we're hurting. And the SP journey can be, if we haven't transcended the place of being so hyper-focused on SP only, if we're still doing that, I want this to be the moment that gets you out of that. It gets you to the place of realizing that the only thing that actually matters and has ever mattered is where you are in consciousness. So manifesting maven, you know as well as I do, you are not brand new to this. You are not a baby manifester, right? You are well aware of what to do with your mind as a conscious manifester. You don't even need this pick-me-up. You don't. But because you're opening your heart to someone new, maybe it feels a little scary. Maybe because this is going to be a very special experience with this person. So when I was in the midst of bringing in what I wanted, really focusing on who I wanted to be and how I wanted to feel about my life, my reality, my relationship, that was my primary focus. What did that lead to? The most amazing relationship ever. Definitely, hands down, the best relationship I've ever experienced my entire 51 years. Just saying. And it's because I put me first. I put me, what I thought about me first. That's what matters. So we get so entangled on the SP. And I'm certainly not saying don't enjoy this. Don't give him any attention. It's not what I mean. But never forget you. There are scary moments, but I know it's old conditioning, but our matching feels unreal. We're very aligned and it's obvious. It's because this is not just a coincidence. This is not a mistake. This is a meant to be moment, my friend. You have brought in this version of this person to have this experience. You're giving this to yourself. So don't forget who the self is. Those scary moments are exactly what you just said they are. It's just old you, old conditioning. Boom, done. Fluttering away. You're releasing it. Maybe you've had some emotional moments. Let those tears flow. You're releasing. You really are becoming a new version of yourself. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Not if you're focused on the version of yourself that is experiencing a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. You show up as that version of yourself every day, and that's going to be your experience. Don't let what 3D presents to you be the thing that deters you from choosing this version of yourself. Right? 3D reality. The world of sense. Sometimes it presents wackadoodle things that don't make sense. Sometimes we experience someone mirroring our fear, as in someone talking poorly about relationships, right as you're about to start one. I'm just giving an example. So out of nowhere, maybe a close friend, a close family member, or maybe you're, out shopping with the kids and you overhear someone talking about how love sucks. Or, because you're, preferably, you prefer men, right? That's your category. So, I mean, of what you're interested in. Maybe hearing someone say, like, oh, all men cheat. That used to be my negative shit belief. All men cheat. And hearing that, maybe that, jars you initially because you're experiencing something wonderful. And in moments, I'm only bringing up this example for a reason because even when mine was coming in, I remember other people just like popping up all around me talking so garbage like about relationships and about men for the same reason as, I'm interested in men. So obviously those beliefs are going to play a part in my reality. And I remember having a moment of just being, oh God, what's happening here? Because we're all conditioned, right? We're all conditioned. Number one, the conditioning that we start the journey with. But even within the manifestation community, we get that conditioning of, your thoughts create. Your thoughts create. Reality is your mirror. So here we are. My mirror is showing me people talking negatively about the thing that I know I'm in the midst of experiencing, and it's wonderful. So what does the average person do? They immediately think, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me that this is coming in the mirror? Nothing. Nothing is wrong. Do we have a belief that there are idiots who bitch a lot in the 3D? I know I got that belief. That's the experience. I'm not going to allow that to deter me from experiencing the most amazing relationship. So that's what I want you to feel like. I want you to feel like, Manifesting Maven, that this is your turn. This is your turn to experience a relationship that you are worthy and deserving of. Period. Your turn, and allow yourself to enjoy it. This has been happening. Oh, see? Okay, let me just say, that is not a coincidence that I brought up that example. This has been happening. I've had people popping up questioning how real this is. And I'm like, no, I know it is in my gut. It's brewing. Our lives, if you notice, have parallels, me and you. We have a lot of the same experiences. It is not a coincidence that for whatever reason, I felt like talking about that to you. Don't let them deter you. Don't. This is going to be a wonderful experience if you will allow it. And all I mean by if you will allow it is go with the flow. Let reality unfold. Let it flow. Don't fight against it. Tell yourself that you are allowed to have this experience and you are safe and secure to do so. Period. Definitely no coincidence. Definitely, Rhonda. All right. Good for you, Manifesting Maven. Good. And keep my nosy ass updated. I love hearing about new love. Love it. Miss Dana DiLorenzo, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. A very happy birthday to you. Thank you so much. I'm doing so bad emotionally right now. Oh, no. Just trying to keep telling myself all this is leading me to my desires. Feel like my whole life is falling apart. Oh, listen, Dana. Dana, your life is not falling apart. Your life is not falling apart. You're allowed to have your feelings and emotions. Express them. Let those tears out. Listen, crying is releasing. I've said this before. Crying is releasing. Right? So it's a friggin' release party. And sometimes we just actually feel a lot better once the tears are out. So there's nothing wrong. You're having emotions. You're having feelings. Now, is there something specific that you feel is falling apart, Dana? Are you experiencing something in reality, or is it just you're feeling emotional and maybe listening to fear? Oh my God, what a reflection. I was there yesterday. See? Not a coincidence. That is another example of what we usually experience. Well, we do experience it here in the live streams, but we also experience it in the channel memberships, where maybe you don't feel like raising your hand and asking a question, but somebody else does, and it happens to be a question that absolutely relates to what you're living in that moment. That's not a coincidence. That's not, you're just lucky that happened. That is called you, as conscious awareness, manifesting an answer, manifesting your own help through another vessel or multi vessels. The person who asked the question and the person who answered the question. But we do it all the time, but we blow it off. We blow a lot off as just coincidences, or my favorite, well, that was going to happen anyway. That would have happened anyway. That's just how life works. That would have happened. There's nothing special about that. That one irks me on so many levels because it is so limiting, and I know that some of you out there, you limit yourself with that kind of thinking. Like in health manifestations, because someone went to the doctor and maybe got medicine and it fixed what was bothering them, it healed them, whatever. And you judge that as, well, that's not really manifestation. That person went to the doctor. How do you think manifestations show up in reality? A bridge of incidents. So you're choosing to limit yourself by thinking there's only a certain kind of incident that can happen? No, it's with anything. So maybe going to the doctor is a part of someone's bridge of incidents. It just blows my mind, the limited thinking. Just saying. Okay. Been crying for weeks. Anger coming up. My ex is hurting me emotionally. I live with him. He's my son's dad. Okay, first of all, I am sorry. He's hurting you emotionally. All right, you say my ex. I just want clarification that this is not the SP, correct? Right? So this is not the SP. No, not SP. Okay. So is it all right? First and foremost, the land of the senses, 3D. If something is popping up in 3D reality, especially if it's something we don't like, view that as dead. I don't mean people. I don't mean the person. I'm saying what's happening in front of you. It's dead. When it's in the 3D, it's dead. It's old news. This is the dead world. I know it's kind of, not very nice to think of it that way, but it is. It's dead. It's meaningless unless you give it the meaning. It's old news. Once you see something in the physical, it's old news. Now, I don't mean manifestation failure because we had an experience in the 3D. I don't mean it like that. I'm saying that more than likely, this is the reflection of a forgotten state, like Neville Goddard says. Man often forgets when things pop up in our reality. Man often forgets a previously held state. So I'm making the assumption that at some point you may have been in a state and maybe didn't think too favorably of the ex. And maybe you have a story of who that ex is. So whatever your ex is doing to upset you, let's either change the story on how we describe the ex, but understanding that let's say, for example, let's say your ex is making comments that, makes you afraid of how you guys share custody of your son. Maybe it upsets you that way. Well, you have to remember that you are source first. You are. If you don't accept that you're source or that you're God, your universe, okay, well, then you are a co-creator with infinite intelligence. How about that? So people like your ex cannot just show up and treat you like garbage. They can't. So whatever's happening, now I'm not saying that you're not experiencing that. I don't mean it like that. I'm saying they hold no authority in your reality. You do. You hold all the cards. Remember that. And you don't have to sit there and take someone else's shit if they're hurting your feelings. So let's decide right now, he leaves you the hell alone. You might be under the same roof, but he leaves you alone. He's getting easier and easier to live with because he learns how to shut his damn mouth. You love how quiet he is. You love how easy it is to get along with him and share custody and share the living space. It's getting easier and easier. And obviously, we don't want this person back. So he has found a happy relationship, and that has changed his mood, and he's even nicer to be around. Life's getting easier with him. Let the tears out. I know. I dwelled so much on this outcome, so of course it came up. I know I have control and I can change this. It's just so hard in the moment. You know what? There is never a damn coincidence. I know I already said it in this live stream, but I am saying it again. One moment, please. This is something that I literally I was talking about in a coaching call earlier. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking. Imagining creates reality. We already know that. What it makes, it can unmake. It is not only conservative, building a life from images supplied by memory, it is also creatively transformative, altering a theme already in being. Hello. What it creates, it can uncreate. We got him showing up like a dumbass. Well, we can create him to be nothing but, what's that word? Amicable. You guys get along. Life is easy dealing with him. And it's getting better and better. And whatever outcome you were afraid of, it is still somehow, some way going to lead to what you want. So dwell in that. For every tear you shed, that is you dropping your beliefs, the negative, limiting beliefs. They're being released through your tears. He called me disgusting the other day. Oh, you should not have told me that. That's going to make me think bad thoughts about him. I'm trying to be professional. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. Sorry. All right. He only shows up treating you with respect. Respect. I love you, Dana. See, this is where I lose it, because it's hard for me to turn it off when I know that one of you guys is being mistreated. I can't just, the mother bear is who I am, and I just want to come to your house and save you. He is showing up with a better attitude and treating you with love and respect. And I don't mean that kind of love. Love as in the mother of his child. So he should be friggin' respectful and not call the mother of his child disgusting. He's disgusting. Sorry. He is. And he can shut his damn mouth and leave you alone. Ugh. Don't you let him bring you down. Don't you let him hurt your feelings. No, he is the manifestation of your old self. You are skyrocketing above him, and your life is only going to get better and better and better. And he's going to look back on that moment and regret every second of it. He's going to apologize. He's going to know he was wrong. And we're not going to focus on getting the apology. It's not what I'm saying. But this is how we bring in a better version of him. It's easier and easier to deal with him. He minds his business. Ugh. What was that, Poop? Did you hear that? Weird noises outside my window. Sorry. Let me just say, Dana. Now, obviously, I'm a bit older than you. I'm 51. But in my late 20s, I did not have the most amazing relationship with my son's father. We get along very, very well now. 23, 24 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to say that with a straight face. And I did not think it was possible. I also was not aware of manifestation at that time. So I was always stressed out and focused on the worst version of him and feared what may or may not happen in our journey as we had to be co-parents. And I had a rough journey, okay? You've got the gift right now of knowing about manifestation and knowing what you can do with your mind. My point in bringing that up is I lived through a hell, a traumatic hell. And here we are all these years later and we get along great. We absolutely get along great. So if mine can turn around, yours can turn around. And again, I'm not trying to say that you're interested in being best friends with this dude. I'm just saying you have no idea what twists and turns are happening for your benefit. And we never know. We don't know as we're living it. So if you would ask me anything about my scenario back then, I would have had nothing nice to say. And I will say that time in my life was the catalyst of where that really angry version of myself came. It started with that. So if mine can turn around and we're friends, anybody's can. So don't put the pressure on yourself for that. I'm saying right now, I'm not telling you got to manifest the friendship. I'm just saying that it'll get better. It got better and better for me, and I didn't know about manifestation. So I was always focused on the shit. But you do. So you just tell yourself it's getting better and better and easier to deal with his ass. Thank you, Manifesting Maven. I know we will go back to getting along. I believe that fully. Things have changed in the past between us two when he was my SP. Yep. You guys are going to get along again. He is going to apologize for saying that to you. He is. And he's going to start being nicer and nicer to you. We're all deciding that with you. Okay? And you know what, too? Right now in this moment, why don't we revise that moment? Let's go back and revise. He said something else. Or if something specific happened that he said that to you, all right, let's flip it around. Whatever that specific thing was, it didn't happen. He was nothing but nice to you that day. Revise it. We always have the power of revision at our fingertips, always. And revision does not have to be some long, drawn out, very difficult thing. It's a conscious thought, conscious decision. Remember, what did Neville Goddard say? If he could teach anyone only one thing, what would he teach? Revision. Revision. So revise it. And don't worry about having the tears and the emotions. You look at that as shedding limits, shedding layers, like peeling an onion. That's all. If it's too hard yet, just revise generally. He's always been X, Y, and Z. She's right. Go to the least resistive place. What's the matter, Poop? I know. You hear that. I hear it too. I know. It's okay. Can you see Poop? She's right here. Right next to me. All right. Lil Ninja Cakes. Oh, I got that. Lil Ninja Cakes. Thank you very much. I saw a video where if you see BBL, to not let it put you in an almost state. Instead, you have state. Love your videos. Thank you so much. I want to, what? Wait. You saw a video where if you see BBL, to not let it put you in an almost state. Instead, you have state. Lil Ninja Cakes, I want to be able to answer you specifically. I'm not understanding what you mean by that. In an almost state. Is that, in a sense, when you see a BBL, don't let it put you in the state of it's almost here? Is that what you specifically mean? I just got to be honest. I do disagree with that. I do. The reason why, I mean, again, if that's what it was meant in the video, I'm trying to think how I can word this. All right, here's one. Like an in-between state. Yeah, I think that's what, and not at an end state. Okay, let me explain why I don't agree with that. Think of, I used this example in a TikTok live stream the other day. I don't know what the driving license laws are in other countries or in other states. I only know New York. I've only ever have lived in New York State. So I only know in New York, to get a driver's license, you first have to take the permit test. And then you get a permit. And the permit is you can start your driving, but not alone. You have to be with a licensed, someone else. Passenger in the car has to be a licensed person so that you can start practicing driving. From there, you have to, it used to be you had to put in a certain amount of driving hours. I'm sure it's changed since then, but back when I got a license, you had to put in some driving hours, and then you could go take the road test to get the driver's license. When I got my permit test completed and I passed, from that point on, my mindset, again, I didn't know about conscious manifestation as a 16-year-old. From that point on, I was in the state of almost getting the driver's license. I'm going to take the road test. I'm going to get my license. I got my license. So I could be aware that I didn't have the license yet. I knew I was taking, I took driver's ed. So I knew I was taking my driver's ed class to be able to get my driver's license. But I wasn't identifying as I have my driver's license. And it obviously manifested. So that example in of itself, think of also if you're scheduling to, get your hair zhuzhed, get your hair done, you don't have to identify as already having the hairdo, already getting, for me, what did I get? I got my roots done and I got, what do you call it? Highlights. I knew I was going to get the highlights. I knew I was going to get my roots done. That appointment could have been, canceled, rescheduled at any given moment. I was identifying as not having it yet, is what I'm trying to say. And it showed up. And this is what I mean about how manifestations show up in natural ways, 99.99% of the time. And all of this is the reason why I don't buy into what tense you use in your affirmations. The fear, it seems to be around future tense, as if it's keeping it, because I'm saying I'm going to have the manifestation, or I am becoming my new self, implies it's in the future and it's staying in the future. I went, It doesn't have to mean that to anybody. It doesn't mean that to me, and it hasn't stopped me from manifesting. So that's what I'm trying to say. So you noticing. Now, maybe the person in the video should have explained that when we see BBLs, it's amazing, but we shouldn't be looking for them because we're not manifesting BBLs. We're manifesting the full outcome. So you don't want to get hung up on if you're getting BBLs or not getting BBLs, right? Because some people don't get any, but they still get what they want. They still get the outcome. That's what I'm trying to say is, I think, and I got to be honest here. I do think that this is my personal belief. There are so many people making manifestation content. And let's just be honest, from video to video, it's the same fucking stuff being regurgitated. There is nothing new in manifestation. There's nothing new. So people run out of ideas and need to come up with content. They need to make their videos. And sometimes some of the content is made when not fully understanding what is being said. So that's why you got to take with a grain of salt some of the stuff that's out there. I hope you didn't take that on and now fear that you're in an almost state. I hope you didn't. Yes, don't get hung up on words. It's the meaning you give and embody. Yes. You recognizing that you're having a BBL is not bad at all. Now I know you didn't say it's bad. I'm saying whatever that video said, it doesn't necessarily have to be I'm in an almost state unless you, the conscious manifester, believe that's what it did. Oh no, I noticed a BBL. I'm in the almost got it state. No, that's fear-mongering. You can notice your BBLs and still get your outcome. No, I don't believe it. Good. I just choose to believe in my, I think you mean chosen reality. Good, Lil Ninja Cakes. Good. I am very glad to hear that. There's so much, there's a lot of really good stuff out there, but there's also some very limiting stuff out there. You can't limit God. You can't limit source. You can't. You can't. And being afraid of words is probably something that needs to be talked about a little more again. Zed, thank you very much. Happy birthday, Kim. If I don't message you today, then it would be a crime. Love you loads. I love you loads. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I've said it to you before, but I always see your comments. I am absolutely thankful you're so loyal to me. Thank you. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Rhonda. Everyone go subscribe to Kim's other channel as well. Thank you very much. That was very nice. Salty, thank you very much. I've been putting my focus on myself. And I realized there's a part of me that doesn't trust my ability to manifest. I get that ball of fear. I'm not down, but wish I was where I want to be. Love you. I love you too. Listen, I hand over my heart, 1,000,000% believe. Again, I know this is the third time I'm saying it in this live stream, but there are no coincidences. There are none. And if we are in a state of consciousness that is not the state we want to be in, and obviously when we're manifesting, everyone wants to be in their wish fulfilled, right? That's the goal. So when we're aware that we're not, I don't think necessarily that source, infinite intelligence writes you off and just forgets about you until you get your ass in the state. I don't think that's happening. I think we're always being guided to become who we need to be to have the desire, to have the manifestation show up in physical reality. And sometimes, if we're not getting through to the state we want to be in, and we're not aware why, I believe the answer will be presented to you. So you probably have had that fear all along. And now you're aware that it's there. And you became aware of it to transcend it, to let it go, to move to the wish fulfilled. Now, this is not me saying that we have to start digging for beliefs that we might not realize are there. No. For what I just said is the whole reason why we don't have to do that. It will be presented to you. So you seeing that, now you know you can make a new decision. You can bring your awareness to you being exactly where you want to be. I also think you're hard on yourself too. I think that you are at exactly where you're supposed to be. I do. I think right where you are, even if in your mind you're thinking, yeah, but I don't have everything I want. You are exactly where you are supposed to be to have everything you want. This is one of the reasons why I say to adopt the mindset that you're doing this right, there's nothing to worry about, and everything you're experiencing in reality, good or bad, is somehow, some way connected to you getting your outcome. And you start thinking that way, then reality must reflect that. So I think we as humans, when our senses are telling us that we don't have what we want, that, this manifestation didn't come yet, or this isn't done yet, we're judging 3D reality. We're judging it. So if we don't see with our senses the word for word exactly what we want, it just simply means, okay, it's not here yet. But what you're experiencing is so that you will see it in the physical. So in a sense, it is here. It is here now. See what I'm trying to say? You might not physically see what you want. Let's say you're trying to be a multimillionaire. And maybe from where you're sitting right now in this moment, that's not what your bank account says. But then everything you're living is moving and stretching your awareness, right? It's expanding your awareness to become that multimillionaire. So everything you're experiencing is somehow shaping you, helping you to give you your heart's desires. Oh, you see what I mean? So don't be so hard on yourself. And I don't want you to tell yourself that you're not where you want to be. Instead, tell yourself that you are who you want to be. And allow yourself to be in imagination thinking as that self. And think about it right now. Okay, if you were exactly where you want to be, what do you think it would feel like to be that version of yourself? Allow yourself to get carried away in imagination, because what's happening when you're doing that? That's you being that version of yourself. That's you going there. The 3D will reflect it. And you know it. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. If I didn't say it specifically to you in your username, happy birthday is, why did I just say happy birthday to myself? I was gonna say, oh God, it's one of them days. I'm having a nice day. Happy birthday. You ever just start to say something and words come out of your mouth and you hear yourself saying them and you're trying to at the very same time figure out why you're saying those words? Why am I saying happy birthday to me? If I didn't say specifically thank you to your username, I am saying now thank you, because I see them going by. I love you, Michelle. Thank you. Happy birthday to yourself, Kim. That's right, Lauren. Oh my God. Let's see. Angela. Oh no, Angelica. Angelica being you. Thank you very much. I am focusing on me. I started to add every hour what it would feel like to be in a relationship. The past breakup keeps coming up. Any tips? Okay. Here, I'm sorry, I'm rereading your thing. I started to add every hour what it would feel like to be in a relationship. Is that enjoyable to you? Like, is that what you do as a routine? Have you always done that? Every hour on the hour, done something? Because if you're enjoying it, keep doing it. If you're not enjoying that, I would probably take a little break from doing it. Setting yourself. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are some people who prefer structure, so that they do find enjoyment in doing that. So if you are having fun and like doing that and being structured, then continue to do so. But if you're not, don't. Because that's a lot. That's overwhelming. You don't have to be perfect to manifest. I cannot stress that. That's why I share all my stories of my imperfectness for a reason. So doing something every hour, again, unless it feels good, then you keep doing it, is not necessary to manifest, is what I'm trying to say. So as far as the past breakup coming up, no, you just started. Okay. Like I said, if you're enjoying it for now, then you just keep right on doing it. But if it's not enjoyable, I would not be doing that. Okay? When it comes to manifestation, what matters, truthfully matters, is at the end of the day, dominantly, who are you? What do you really believe about yourself? But if we were expected to hold that state of consciousness 24/7, I would not be in a relationship right now. I would have lost that a long time ago. Do you see what I mean? We want to naturally become the version of ourselves that has the desire. So when past thoughts about the previous breakup come up, okay, what is it about the past? What specifics are coming into the equation? And what meaning are we giving them? And when those thoughts come in, how is it making you feel? I'll give you a second to respond so I can answer you. Two to 3 seconds scene is what you're doing. Okay. Thanks, Eric. You're just off by 30 years. That's all. Okay. Not being chosen, it feels bad. Okay. So, when the thought comes in, I mean, I don't blame you. I'm sure it doesn't feel good to be broken up with. It doesn't. It happened to me twice on this journey. So I know it doesn't feel good, but I want you to look at it, if you can, from this point on, that if that thought comes in, you stop in that moment and you remind yourself that that is a manifestation of the old you. You are not the old you. You also don't have to be perfect. I'm going to say it one more time. You don't have to be perfect, but you are not the old self. You are a new self. You are the version of yourself who's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. The version of you who is aware of being more than enough, chosen, experiencing a mutual love between you and your specific person. And your specific person is a brand new version of his or her self. They're the loyal, faithful, loving version of them. And you don't have to be afraid of your thoughts. And if there was a specific thing, like a specific event that happened that caused the breakup, you always have the option to revise it if you'd like, without thinking too logically about it. Meaning reality will rearrange itself. That's what it'll be. Like the lived experience will be reality rearranging itself, but really you're leaving the timeline. And you'll see how that becomes a truth, whatever you revised it to, in your reality. So you're not that self anymore. Just seeing if you're rating anything else. Not being chosen, it feels bad. Yep, I got that. Okay, how do you do that? How do you do what? Specifically. Revision. You go back, you think about the moment. So let's say, for the sake of conversation, he came to your doorstep and broke up with you, gave you all your stuff back. Okay? You think about that memory and you put a new memory in. He came to the doorstep with a dozen roses. With a dozen roses, and the relationship only got better. Your logical mind is going to say, you're not in that relationship. You're not together. So no, that's not what happened. Yeah, it is. I am the version of myself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And listen, you don't necessarily have to buy into the revision for it to work. But you do just want to, if the old memory comes in, imagine the revision. That's the timeline you're choosing. And as far as anything goes, every technique that you use are just tools to get you to imagine, to get you to consciously think. That's it. So at the end of the day, how to do anything, manifestation, is really conscious thought, conscious thinking. When you're visualizing, you are consciously pulling up pictures, pulling up a scene, using your imagination. When you affirm, more than likely when you affirm, you think things related to the affirmations. For some people, they think the opposite. So someone affirming they're in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship has the quick flash of their breakup. They're not with that person. Those will subside as you continue to affirm. But my point in saying is every technique is you using conscious thought. So the answer to everything is a conscious decision, choice on your end. You don't have to battle your mind. So in one respect, the old memories coming up, they're not ruining your manifestation. It's the fear that they are, that reality might reflect what appears like a delay. Do you see what I mean? Well, Chance H, I think you got the wrong channel then. I think you got the wrong channel. So you, Angelica, you get it. Good. Good, good, good. Riri Alakarn, thank you very much. Here, let me do this. There we go. Riri, thank you very much. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. I got broken up with yesterday. I'm feeling sad and need a zhuzh, please. I know I can get them back, just feeling the emotions. And it is okay to feel those emotions. You feel them. You let them out. You release them, right? You don't have to feel bad that you're having emotions in any way, shape, or form. You don't. We're humans. We have those feelings and emotions for a reason. Not because we're going to be punished for having them. I know it doesn't feel good to feel sad. I know. And I know you want to feel happy and joyful much more than you do sad. I know that. But I'm just saying, you have nothing to worry about. Let it out. See those tears as releasing. You're releasing limits, right? You're releasing beliefs that weren't favorable to you. So, all right. I got broken up with yesterday. All right. Now, this is fresh. This is fresh. I know that when I experienced my own breakup, it's devastating. It's heartbreaking. So I don't think anyone expects you to be able to get it off your mind right away. And I just want you to know that I couldn't get it off my mind either. The first several weeks, I felt like I was struggling to get my mind off of it. And I want you to know that even through that, at the end of the day, I manifested what I wanted. So yeah, that wasn't an enjoyable time of my life, but it still ended up taking me to exactly where I wanted to go. So as much as I'm sure right now it just feels super painful or insurmountable, like it's not going to change, it is going to change. It is going to change. Here's my advice as what I would do if I were you. When you feel up to it, really think about who you want to be in the relationship, how you want to be treated, how your specific person is showing up, right? How he shows up for you. And try your best to not get caught up in, number one, replaying the breakup moment. I did that. That felt difficult to get off my mind. So try your best that when it comes up, nope, manifestation of the past, right, of an old you. It hurts, but it's not relevant because you are leaving that reality. You are choosing to experience the relationship in its best form. You're choosing to be aware of being that version of yourself despite how you feel, despite being upset. And again, remind yourself that you can have your emotions and feelings. Number one, they're valid. And number two, they're temporary. And reality is changing even as you and I are chit-chatting here right now. So really, when you feel up to it, take the inventory of what you believe about yourself in love, what you believe about love and relationships, and what you believe about your specific person, so we can bring in a very loving version of that person. And most importantly is you knowing that you're more than enough for a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. You're more than enough. Okay? It's going to get better. Shay Nicole, thank you very much. Love you. Have a beautiful birthday today. I love you, and thank you so much. Thank you, Shay. I hope everything is wonderful for you. AAM 9698, member for 17 months. Thank you very much. Interesting Saturday here and at book club Saturday. Person there says, saw me at the event a couple weeks ago. Asked who the person was who was so into me. You know, the BBL who ignored last week. Odd hearing what it looked like from outside. More Tuesday. Happy birthday. Thank you. Oh my God, I just want to talk to you right now. I want to know all the details right now. But I know, that's all right. I can hold off. Tomorrow it's Tuesday. Well, hopefully you'll be talking about it tomorrow if you feel comfortable. But, girl. Oh my God, I'm just so excited for you. I hope that you're seeing that as evidence, as validation of you not giving up on self, on who you want to be, on your manifestation. Okay, anybody that was in Friday's group, look at this evidence in reality. A completely separate person from the equation shows up and reflects what Rachel experienced. Now, I am someone, again, oh my God, if you were in Friday's group, you're going to remember me talking about this. I sincerely think, I've said this before, first of all, states of consciousness, state shifts are instant. I know reality doesn't always look instantly different, but they're instant. And this is an example, in my opinion, of what effect we have on reality when we're making our conscious decision over what state we're in. And it reminds me of, I know this is like, why am I taking it in this direction? Because it's going to make sense. It's going to come back around. Kind of like when one of the old HBICs, Jamie had lost her wallet. I'll never forget this story because I knew I had experienced very similar things on more than one occasion. She had lost her wallet. She had, ransacked her house looking for this wallet. Wallet could not be found. She checked everywhere. Wallet was gone. Luckily for her, she knew about conscious manifestation and she decided to make a decision for herself. I don't think it dawned on her until like a week or two of the wallet being missing that, oh my God, why don't I just manifest that I find the wallet? Why do I not just do that? So she made a decision that she was the version of herself that has her wallet and all its contents. I don't remember her exact words, but something along the lines that she's like restored fully. She made that decision. She was house cleaning and went to go clean under the bed and poof, the spot that she had checked twice before for her wallet, the wallet was sitting there. That, in my opinion, is, well, number one, to me, that's an instant reality shift. Instant. But I believe that is the effect we are having on reality when we make our conscious decision of self. Now, going back to Rachel's thing for a second. If Rachel had allowed herself to fall back into an unfavorable state. Now, unfavorable state, I don't necessarily mean like her having emotions and feelings or being bothered by what she experienced on this past Tuesday. That, no, I'm not saying that that's automatic. She's in a terrible state. It's not what I mean by that. But had she instead went with the mindset of, I give up, this isn't working, I'm not going to do anything for enjoyment, I'm going to stay home, and just life sucks, blah, 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 and stayed in that state or stayed in that mindset, I believe that she would not have had the experience of this other person showing up and confirming to her what she had experienced 2 weeks ago, blah, blah. I don't think she would have had that experience. I think it was her doubling down in conviction over what version of self she is. I believe that's why she experienced that. Now, I know that sounds woo-woo, but just because I coach so much, I have heard of more situations flipping and a weird something pops up in reality that completely validates the new story, the new reality. I've seen it happen so many times. I believe that's our effect. Does anybody agree with me? Does anybody see it the way I'm describing it? Jasmine, you just lost your wallet. You decide that you got that wallet back. You found the wallet. You were fully restored. There was nothing missing from the wallet. You got your wallet back. You tell yourself that. That's what Jamie did, and it showed up. And I don't think this story, I told the story in a channel membership. It's not that big of a deal. I didn't think it was, because a missing wallet coming back versus a pill of mine, a pseudoephedrine pill for my sinuses. I was opening one of the packages to take one, like they come in the push, I don't know what they're called, push pill package. And I was on a coaching call. So I was trying to get it out so I could take it while in the midst of my coaching call. And I dropped it. I heard it hit the floor and I looked down, could not find it. Coaching call got over with. I stood up. I'm like, where the hell did it go? I heard it hit my floor. I looked everywhere. I pulled the couch out. I looked under everything. I took the couch apart, even though I had heard it hit the floor. I did it anyway. And I got frustrated and I walked out in the kitchen and I'm like, all right, what am I doing? Why am I getting upset over a pill? I'm deciding that I find it. I'm deciding that it's here. I go back into where I am right now. I come back into the living room and I look down and there's the damn pill in an open area where I should have seen it if it had actually been there. Just get what I'm saying? Reality shift, in my opinion. I lost some work contracts and I affirmed, I am the contracts and I am found. Ooh, Nikki, I like that. The next day I found them at the bottom of my wardrobe. I never put them there. Oh, I believe you, Nikki. I believe you. I love stories like that. And y'all think shit can't happen out of thin air. It definitely can. Yes, it definitely can too. I always do that when I lose something. I always just say, I have my stuff. I have my stuff. And I bet it always shows back up, doesn't it? You see, look, if we can make matter appear and disappear, why do we think when it comes to the other things we're manifesting, do we think that it's not going to work on them? Why do we doubt that stuff when we're doing amazing things with our minds? Why do we let the things that we really, really want scare us? Why do we doubt? I know. I am the contracts. Ate so hard. Go, Nikki. I loved that, Nikki. I am the contracts. Any of you manifesting money, I am the money. I am the money. Money chases you. Money's obsessed with you. Money follows you everywhere. Maybe because we think it's hard, but it isn't. I totally agree. We are everything. I had a car up my backside on the motorway. I affirmed, I am the car behind, and I am backing off. A few minutes later, they dropped back so far, they had a queue behind them. Nikki, look at you being a master manifester. That's some good shit right there. Paul Leiden, I don't see your message. And it says Lisa deleted it. So it was probably an asshole comment, wasn't it? I am is everything. You can I am anything. Totally agree. Renge Soul, member for 21 months. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Kim. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for everything you do. Wishing you the best year yet. Lots of love. Thank you very much, Renge. Thank you very much. I love you, my friend. Thank you for using your membership super chat just to say something nice. That was very nice of you. Thank you. I'm seeing all the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Can we talk about thought transmission? Sure. What would you like? What would you like to talk about? How it works? Thank you. Thank you. I see them. You guys are just killing me. Thank you very much. There's Brittany. Girl, it was like you took off to Antarctica. Oh, good. Okay, I didn't see it. I didn't. It must have been once I was on the live because it didn't come through. But I bet you it is. Meaning it came through but didn't come through my life. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, what a good idea, Osha. Kim, give us a thought transmission exercise to try today and we will come with results. I love this idea. Okay. So, oh man. If anybody has a simplistic thought transmission challenge idea, throw it in the comments and let's take, an account of which one we want to do. But maybe let's talk about thought transmission first. So to any of you, if you've never heard of thought transmission, I'm just going to say you must be new because it's everywhere in manifestation, but that's okay. We'll talk about it anyway. Thought transmission, or the idea of thought transmission, is when we are thinking thoughts, and when we are thinking thoughts specifically to another individual or about another individual, that like the way a telephone sends the sound waves, you are sending, in a sense, vibration or vibratory waves of thought to the other person. And it doesn't matter where they are, right? Time and space are irrelevant to thought transmission. So when you're thinking thoughts about your specific person, this is why I say they're thinking the context of what you're thinking. I have several videos on thought transmission. Now, the reason why I said that vibratory wave, in a sense, it's because we are connected to absolutely everyone through consciousness. So at every given second, as cuckoo as it sounds, even us in this live stream, we are connected in consciousness. And it, again, I cannot stress, your specific person could be on Antarctica and you could be here in New York. And guess what? It wouldn't matter. Would not matter. If your person was adamant that they don't believe in manifestation and think that, you can't send them thought, that it doesn't matter because it's not true. There's nothing and no one that can stop your thought transmissions. The only way it would have the appearance is if it was stopped was because of your own belief. Based on what you believe. If you believe that it's possible that someone can block or reject, they can't. So I know it kind of sounds like casting spells in a sense, but you're not. It is just because we're all connected. I alone, no, not I alone, because I know other people I myself have had the experience of my boyfriend and I mean, he recites it. It happens so much now that it doesn't even really grab my attention like it did the first several times it happened. On top of, I have had in the past during those solo vacations, getting SP back and having SP saying like word for word what I had said in inner conversations to him. Word for word. And some of those were saucy. Some of them were saucy, but not like saucy that he and I had ever talked about at the time. A different kind of saucy. He came in saying it. My boyfriend, I can't even tell you how many examples I have of him coming in and bringing up the subject of what I was just thinking. And I have had the experience of more than once him reciting, like literally, like the full-on sentence of what I was saying. So it's happening at every given moment as well. And as far as what do you got to do to send a thought transmission, think a conscious thought. Think a conscious thought. That's a good one. Think of a song or a phrase and see how many people say it back. I like that. KB, you are welcome. Good. I've been using thought transmission to my SP's picture, talking to the picture, and it works. Yes, it does work. Well done, Rosa. Yes. And that's actually a good idea because having the picture in front of you, listen, I'm not saying that if you don't have a picture that it's not going to work. I know someone's going to hear that and think that's what I'm trying to say. But when you have the picture in front of you, it helps you to focus. It helps the focus, especially if you're a visual person. You're doing one right now? Oh, no. And it's going to be through me, damn it. Now I got the pressure. Yes, they get it instantly. Yes. Crazy. I just started a thought transmission experiment this weekend. Well, then it's not a coincidence that we're talking about it in today's live stream. Not a coincidence. Oh, Michelle. Sometimes recording videos, I get so tired from saying all the disclaimers that I lose what I was originally thinking to record about, which I need to stop doing. Wow. Thank you, Renee. Yes, I will. Thank you. You don't have to do that. Well, have a lovely day at work, Angelica. No, I don't think we did, Eric. Right? I don't think we did. We just threw out ideas. Can you explain how we are all connected, but we all have our own little life bubble? Yes. Okay, hold on. I can't say your name, so I'm just going to say Sray or Shri. How many times have you put that freaking question in there? How many times? How many times? How many times? You give me a chance? Okay? We've got 166 plus people in here. Repetitive messages aren't going to get the message answered. If anything, it can be rude. It can be annoying. Okay? And that only incites the little feelings inside of me that say, I'm not going to answer that. We're going to keep blowing it up. Be nice. Everyone wants their questions answered. Settle down, Beavis. Now, for God's sakes, what do you want to know? How many days it took to manifest your SB back? Well, which time, my friend? Which time? And what is that going to do for you? How is that going to help you? That's a problem in of itself that you even want to know that. I don't mind. I'll tell you, if you would ask me that question a few years ago, I would have said, I ain't saying. I ain't saying. So you got the point across. You got the question. Why do you want to know that? How is that going to help you manifest yours? Your journey ain't going to look like my journey. It's not. It's irrelevant. But so that you don't ask again, the first time, 2 days. The second time, 7 or 8 weeks. Did that help? How's that going to help you? So now you can have that number and compare yourself to it and make yourself feel bad. And God forbid anybody else out there trying to manifest an SP back. Here's the length of time it took manifesting with Kimberly. They're going to judge and compare themselves, and they shouldn't. It shouldn't matter. Okay? It's telling me where you are in consciousness, and I want to help you transcend it. There's a part of you really, really doubting, and you're reaching outside of yourself to get an answer, to feel good, to feel safe and secure that you can believe that you can get your manifestation. No one's journey is going to look the same. We are all individuals. We're all individuals, okay? Yes, Michelle. Yes. Now, back to what I was saying. Can I just say, I share a lot. I share a lot of details about my love life. I do. Okay? I share a lot. So be nice with the questions. Okay? Y'all know I can't stand the spamming. I think it's rude. You make my life harder for my moderators. And I don't like that. I don't like them getting stressed out because they're helping me. I love you, Gypsy Diva. Yes, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, if it takes 1 day, 10 days, 2 years, if you end up with a person, what difference does it make? You are not going to care about that time at all. It's going to be the last thing that you're concerned with. She's right. Mods unite. That's right. Thank you, Shannon. Anybody else's birthday wishes I missed? Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Denise. And I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Your birthday was a week ago. Happy belated birthday. Listen, let's just keep it real because now it's on my mind. Now, see what you've done? You've got this on my mind now. Do you know, at least on my channel, why I limit how many success stories I will put up? Do you know why I do that? It's not because I don't have the success stories to bring to y'all. I limit it because I know that mindset, what exactly, the word for word, did they do to get it? How long did it take them? Can you chart the steps that person did to manifest their person? I know that's what you want to hear. Which, listen, I talk about manifestation. Clearly, I love this subject. But those questions do, open my eyes to, you can't compare yourself to the person sitting next to you. You can't compare yourself to other people in the comment sections. You can't compare yourself to a person in a video. Videos are for encouragement. They're for the zhuzhing. That's why I love making them. I love talking about manifestation. I think that's pretty obvious. But at some point along your individual journey, you will be forced to come to tears. And I know this sounds very, very harsh, but I'm just going to say it. You're going to be forced to come to terms that it's time I really start going within. It's time to start looking within. Not what Sally Bobally is doing on her journey and how much it worked faster for her. Or Georgia Peach over here, it's been 27 years. Okay? Manifestation in of itself is simple. Does not always feel simple. Doesn't. But the premise of what it requires is. But, someone hearing it took this person, 27 years. And then we do what with that information? Compare ourselves or be terrified of hearing that? And that is exactly what started my decision of limiting how many success story videos I'd make. Because people were also getting triggered by how long it took someone if they heard it took too long. So you're not going to, we're not going to be satisfied. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like something. That's my limiting belief. So then we're afraid. Then we've got people afraid to hear timelines in general. Okay? Can you hear me still? Sorry, my boyfriend was just calling me at the same time. Is the volume back? Yes? You can hear me? Okay. Sorry about that. He always calls me on his ride home from work. And I forgot to send him a text and tell him that I'm doing do a live stream, so. Okay, good. So yeah, back to what I was bitching about. And I was bitching, and I'm still bitching about it, because it's important that you learn you cannot compare your ass to the person's ass next door. You can't. You have no idea where that person started. You have no idea where they are in their understanding of manifestation. You have no idea what that person really thinks and believes about love, about their SP, about themselves. You don't know all the details. You know the little bits that get shared in comment sections or in success stories. You see what I'm saying? Now, for some success stories, they judge people. They judge me too. I love hearing someone getting what they want. I love it. Love it. It's the whole reason I'm here. But the comparison shit, it's got to go. It's got to go. When we want to know the word for word of what someone else did to manifest their specific person, I understand the innocence of just wanting to hear, what was their favorite, I don't know, affirmation or visual. How often did they do stuff? I understand the innocence of asking that. So I see nothing wrong with that innocence. But when you are then making yourself feel bad, because maybe they're doing or did the same thing you're doing and it hasn't worked yet for you, then you're feeling bad about it. What good is that? What good is that? So what good was it knowing how long my solo vacation was? What good was that? See what I mean? Focus on self. You don't have to apologize, my friend. It's done and over. It's done and over. You really didn't offend me. The spamming annoys me, but you don't owe me an apology. I appreciate you even saying you're sorry, but you don't need to. You were the inspiration for everything I just said. So it's not just you. Someone else needed to hear that. Okay? So don't feel bad. Don't get off this live stream and then feel bad. You have no reason to feel bad. Okay? I mean it. Don't feel bad. And just if this makes you feel better, if you go watch the rest of my live streams, you will see there has been many a time where I've snap, crackle, popped in a live stream. This is my personality. Okay? Kill well. It's not just you. It's most of us in the hard parts. See? Hitman Thornton, thank you very much. Mistress of Manifestation, thank you. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Have a lovely rest of your day. The kitty feels amazing. Kitty's going to feel amazing. Manifesting Maven, thank you very much. Oh, no, I didn't see this. I didn't know. I hope it wasn't here long. I didn't see it. So when he makes me feel safe, he makes you feel safe already. So the moments of fear are those, this might be too good to be true. And people are commenting on the pace he's moving at and why it doesn't seem serious enough to feel this way. Oh, hell to the no. You allow yourself to enjoy this. Damn it all. You enjoy this. He's going out of his way, it's your reflection, to make you feel safe. And someone that you have shared what's going on in your life with has made, and maybe this, listen, no offense to the person, but I'm sure they just thought that they were looking out for your best interest by coming in and making a shit comment like, this is too much, too soon. To be this in love, too much, too soon. I don't care. Let me just tell you, maybe this is a limiting belief, but I have a belief that after a certain age, we do move a little faster. And that certain age is like in the 20s. We move a little faster in love. That's not a bad thing. It's just we've gone, right? What do scientists say about when the brain is officially formed? It's somewhere in the 20s for men, I believe. Not sure the female number, but we're not limited by science. But I'm only bringing it up as the example of why I have that belief. That's what happens after a certain age. We do. It's because we have emotional maturity. We have lived through other shitty relationships to learn what we want. Thank you, Tiana. We know what we want in relationships. So, all right. So then it's like 27, 25, 27. From there on, I believe that we get busy. We get down when we're in love. I don't mean the dirty down. It's not what I meant. Filthy minded people. I mean, we move through. We know what we want. We've had experiences and relationships to know what we want. And even if you haven't had the actual relationships, you've had enough experience of reading books and watching television and hearing from other people about relationships. You've learned enough about what you do want and what you don't want. So it's not too soon. That damn phrase, love bombing. Listen, I know people have had experiences that are not very nice where they have experienced that. I get it. So I'm not trying to take away or invalidate anybody else's experiences. If you have been hurt and it began with love bombing, I got it. Okay. But I'm just going to say, when you're a conscious manifester and you are in the mindset of what you're worthy and deserving of, you're going to get the reflection. And maybe it is showing up like, ooh, we're moving along too fast. Throw that out. That's another fear. That is just the reflection of the fear that, like you said, it's too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. It's too good because it's too good. It's true. This is wonderful, and you are to enjoy this. I weeded him out like a diamond in a coal mine, girl. He's a bullseye. I believe you. I believe you. Okay. I started the channel in 2020. I started coaching in 2021. I coach every day, multiple times a day. I go through a lot of people. And I can't tell you how many people who have started putting the focus on who they are, who they want to be through I am, seeing themselves in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, and seeing how they're worthy and deserving of it. And then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's exactly what they experience in reality. It's because it works. It's not because you're bringing in something too good to be true. You're bringing in your reflection and what you think you're worthy and deserving of. This is good news. And I want you to keep returning to your decision listen, you're human, so doubts are going to come in. That's completely, in my opinion, normal. So if doubts come in, if we have other people saying stupid shit in reality to you, exactly in that moment, you remember who you are and what reality you have chosen. Don't let the reflection of fear prevent you from having this beautiful experience. You're experiencing real love. And that's the thing. Who the hell puts the time limits of what's too much too soon? Who said? Who's the boss of what love relationships are supposed to look like? Who's the boss of that? I'll tell you what, if it's not you, then it's irrelevant. This is a really good example of why I am so adamantly against when someone is consciously manifesting, that when you hang on to old dating advice, what the dating advice mentality is. I wouldn't. I would learn to separate it. Because you're a conscious manifester. You're staying aware. Okay. Oh, okay. Kim, they think he's not moving fast enough. And okay, now he's not moving fast enough. Really? Do you believe that? Before the person said it to you, okay? Were you thinking that? Were you judging? Or were you in the middle of enjoying it? My God. Okay. Then throw that information right on out. Oh my God, Prats, I agree. People have a problem with everything. Too slow, too fast, too this, too that. Totally agree. Yes, I mean, good. I'm not frustrated that my SP reflects every single thing I feel about myself, and I'm exhausted trying to get him. I just let go now, focus back on me. And that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Good. I'm glad you're doing this. You focus on you. You want to be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship? Then allow yourself to feel like a man or a woman experiencing being loved, receiving loved, being pursued, being cherished, whatever words resonate most with you, the individual. You want to experience a love relationship where you are experiencing mutual love and respect. Then you see yourself as being a man or woman in that relationship that can experience that kind of love. That it is believable to you that someone out there can show up and love you the way you deserve. And what you deserve is nothing but the best. You start seeing yourself as that version of yourself. I'm telling you, reality is going to reflect. You will have an experience of love coming in like that. And again, that I hope you all know that I mean specific people. And for anybody who doesn't have a specific person that they are wanting to manifest, but they want to manifest a new love relationship, this still applies. You don't have to know exactly who your future SP is. You just have to know yourself as that self. Every version of you is the best version of you. Yes. You don't know anything about him. Oh my God. That's what they said to you? You don't know anything about him. He's moving too slow. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord Jesus, help me. Whoever this person is, we need to tune them out. They're reflecting fear. They are reflecting fear. You do not have time for that kind of mess. No, nobody else needs to be chiming in on your relationship. You put that focus on you and who you are experiencing the love with that person. That's all you have time for, and for your kids as well. I'm not deliberately not including them. You get what I'm trying to say. That's right. Bye, Felicia. What's that? Is that from Friday? Is that from Friday? Bye, Felicia. Was that from Friday? I can't remember. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, I am $1 million month mama. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, beautiful. Thank you, my friend. I'm doing okay. Some okay days and some amazing days, but it's a journey. So I keep on going. Hope it's a wonderful day for you. Love you, girl. Love you too, BFF. You deserve those amazing days. And I hope you get more and more of them. Just amazing days. Hi, Kim, thanks for all you do. How do I get over the anger and resentment I still feel towards SP? How can I get myself to see them in a different, more positive way? My opinion, what helped me was remembering that I'm the conscious manifester. I'm the Hbic of my reality bubble. This was also a question earlier that I meant to answer. I started and didn't finish. Every single one of us is in a reality bubble, our own little personal bubble. I don't know why I think of like blowing bubbles, like little kids do, blowing the bubbles, dip it in the stuff and then blowing the bubble like that. And we're all bumping up against everybody else. That's how we are intermingling. But the version of people that show up in your bubble is based off of you. And it's always been based off of you. So when we have been hurt by someone in reality, it can be helpful to remember they were a reflection of the old you. Not so you can then weaponize that against yourself and start beating yourself up because stuff manifested. I don't mean it like that. I mean, you see it as your specific person never had the option to show up as any other version of themselves. Right? Your dominant state of consciousness, whenever these things happened, had beliefs that were unfavorable. And so from there, things manifested, and then the story began on what you believed about this person's personality. So not only are you changing your beliefs about yourself, about love, but also about your person. So when you're getting angry and you're feeling that resentment, first of all, feelings are valid. Even those feelings are valid. So you can't be hard on yourself because you're still feeling a certain way. But I think that it's helpful in the moment to remind yourself. Like, let's use an example. I'm going to use a blanket example. Let's say that your person cheated on you. So you have that memory of the moment you found out that this person was, not faithful. That's painful, extremely painful. And I would say you are very justified in being angry or hurt or having resentment. You're justified in it. However, that was a manifestation of your old self. So is it worth replaying that memory over and over again? You can't control whether it pops up into your mind or not. But once it's there, you have a conscious choice to make. I can sit and marinate and replay this and feel all the feelings again, or know that I have felt enough in this situation. I felt enough. I'm willingly choosing to let this go. I'm willingly choosing to forgive this or to surrender it because I feel like I can't let it go. So I'm willingly surrendering. And by surrendering, I just mean surrendering the memory, surrendering the resentment, the pain, the anger. Try if you can, especially if you're really struggling to let that anger go. Try to remember in the moments that you experienced whatever it is that upset you. Do you remember how you used to think during that time? Do you remember where your mind would go? More than likely, you're going to see that your mind was probably not in favorable places, or that you were fearing or dreading something happening. And we as humans, we're conditioned to keep listening to fear and to keep marinating in it and replaying things. So I'm saying this is why you don't go beat yourself up for something manifesting, right? You forgive yourself. You didn't know. You didn't know, but now you do. And right now you're making a conscious choice to not be that version of yourself ever again. That is not just letting someone get away with doing something shitty to you. It's not. It can feel like that, but it's not. It's you surrendering and letting that reality go so that you can move into your new reality with a more loving version of that person. Again, I just used the cheating as an example. Yeah, I've been beating myself up. Nope. You need to immediately forgive yourself. Forgive that. How can you beat yourself up for not being aware of something? It's not your fault. And more than likely, it is because of that you got led to deepening your understanding of conscious manifestation. So, yes, it's a shitty situation. It sucks when we are holding on to resentment. It sucks. It sucks that we had to experience anything that caused that resentment. But let's see it as it was the catalyst, probably, that woke you up, got you here, started your awareness expansion, and is going to be the reason why you end up with the most amazing relationship and the most amazing version of your person. So even that garbage moment still is leading you to your outcome, to the life you want. Think of it like that. Let's just keep it all real. And this goes for all of us. Let's keep it real. When are the most profoundly life-changing moments? 90% of the time, they spawn from moments of pain, moments of, deep heartbreak, even traumas. And a lot of us, I was this person, something dramatically terrible would have to happen for me to open my eyes and think a little different. Now, I'm not saying that it has to stay that way. I'm saying think about what brought you to manifestation. What was the reason that led you here? I know for me, I was led and it was a heartbreak. A different SP, but it's what I found because I found the law of attraction first. If you're new here and you didn't know that. So I wasn't trying to manifest that SP back, but the heartbreak of it is what woke me up to searching that there's got to be more to life. And then the law of attraction happened, and that led me to law of assumption. Most of us discover this stuff while hurting. I literally had everything burned down, but I've finally risen up to where I needed to be. I know it, and I know it for you. I know it. You're a whole new self. I realized that I was the one that brought up rejection with my limited beliefs, but now I can't stop seeing my SP differently. Like I have bad perception of what happened and so bad perception of him. Then surrender it. When you feel like you are struggling to let go of a story or let go of a belief, like when we're trying to bring in a new version of our person, when we are struggling with pain, anger, resentment, and we've tried to let the story go, then surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up on your manifestation, and it doesn't mean you can't think about your manifestation. Kind of like the bad rap that detachment can get. It doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean settling for less. It's you coming to the realization Now, I'm talking about your identity, your ego in this moment. That ego identity cannot do this alone. And that there's nothing more for you to do out here. When we get to a place where we're feeling stuck and nothing's changing, or things are seemingly worse, more than likely we're coming to the place of where, I'm trying to think of a good example, where we can't force and manipulate 3D reality anymore. Now, I'm not trying to say that that's what you were doing. I'm saying something will, if we are doing that, if we've tried techniques, if we tried them and nothing seems to work, but you've been doing that through ego. Just like most of my early days of my journey was all in ego. Ego isn't a bad thing, but just hear me out. You come to the realization of, oh, I can't, as ego, make myself do this. I can't make this happen through ego. But I can through source. I can with the I am. Sometimes we feel like we're doing this shit alone. We're not. We're doing it with whatever you personally believe is infinite intelligence, which is the truth, the core of who we are. So when we've tried a million different things and you're still holding on to the resentment, you notice that it's still there, but your heart's desire is to let it go, then allow the I am to do it for you by surrendering it. And it can be nothing but a conscious thought. I don't know what else to do. I've tried everything. I have tried to let this go. I can see or feel that it's still here. I'm still bothered by it. Now, most importantly, we're not deciding that because we're bothered by it still that we're doing anything wrong, because we're not. In the moment, we're seeing it as an obstacle. So I'm choosing to surrender it. I'm getting my hands out. I'm going to do my best to keep my eye on the who I want to be and let source, whatever you believe, God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, infinite intelligence, do the rest. I surrender so that we can move our state and realize that it's always had our back. It's always been working with us. Do you see what I mean? Thank you, Cammie. We are worthy and deserving of being pursued and desired. Damn right. Damn right. There you go, Nikki, dropping a nugget again. Babs, missing your person is fine. Just miss them from love, not fear. Ooh, mic drop to you. We would naturally miss them if they were working away. Yeah, that's a good example. I think I've used that example before, so I agree with you. Doesn't mean they aren't ours. Yes. When we're missing them, if we feel like we're suffering from the missing, like we're hurting, I know that's what I experienced during one of my solo vacations. It was a guttural fear missing. And it felt like it was always on my mind. I couldn't get my mind off of it. So I felt very aware of being in a breakup instead of being aware of being a woman in a relationship. What did that bring me? Pain, lots of tears. But it led me to go back and reread everything I could by Neville Goddard. It helped me. That quiet time only helped me. It expanded my awareness. And obviously, we know what happens from there. I've shared this journey a million times. So for the sake of not repeating myself, we are not in disconnect at any time with our person. And just like Nikki gave such a good example, assumingly your specific person is probably going to work or probably have things to do. And we can know who we are in that moment. It doesn't mean they're willingly away from us to be away from us. They're just going to doing something else. That's all. And that's kind of what's happening when you're in your own, what feels like quiet time. It can be hurtful. But we know that it's because we're listening to a fear in that moment. And it's not us being punished, right? Quiet time. It's not a punishment. If you know that you're choosing a version of yourself, the version of yourself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, and you're experiencing quiet time, then it is supposed to happen. It's not because you're doing something wrong. I mean, usually that's the first thing we think. What am I doing wrong that this is happening? What am I doing wrong? Nothing. And then most people want to start changing all the things they're doing. Start overthinking what beliefs are still happening here. I say no. I say put the focus back on who you want to be. Not what the world of sense is showing you. Don't get me wrong, logically, I know you want it. Just experience your friggin' manifestation. I know it. And bringing your mind back to the reality you want to be in is only going to benefit you. Peering out to the world of sense and judging it, critiquing it, assuming that if we see a certain thing, it must mean that this isn't working. I don't have what I want. Yeah, life isn't changing. Again, we don't know what our unfolding is supposed to look like, which is one of the reasons why we can't compare ourselves to anybody else. But we don't know what the big blueprint of our manifestation is supposed to look like. And yet we torture ourselves by assuming there's an emergency when we're not seeing what we want. If it's happening and you know you've been putting your focus on the state you want to be in, and you're perceiving reality as, all right, first of all, if you're perceiving reality as there's something wrong, I'm in quiet time, or there's something wrong, this isn't working, this isn't changing, that's telling you that you're not in a wish fulfilled. You're in a state of lack. But if you are perceiving reality as, I'm getting my hands off of it, I'm going to put the focus on me, I'm going to do my best to not judge this anymore, then good. Because everything is happening for your benefit. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. There are no coincidences. That's why I think that adopting that mindset that I'm doing everything right, I'm not doing this alone, and everything always works out for me. Everything that you're living and experiencing from moment to moment is somehow to your benefit, to you getting the heart's desire. Just saying. Thank you, Jenny. You're welcome, Babs. I'm glad you're not spiraling. I'm glad. I wish I could let go of logic. Yeah. Unless we're using logic to our benefit, it's not our friend. Let's use it for our benefit. Like logically, if I keep focusing on my imagination, I will logically experience what I'm imagining. So everything is really working out for me, logically. Thank you, well-loved notebook. I have not been to the post office, but thank you for bringing that up because I do need to. I do need to go. And I nearly forgot what time it was. So I'm going to go. I believe by today. If not, then hold on. Tomorrow. But I am going to try to go today. Just saying. But I'm telling you, thank you ahead of time. So thank you very much. You didn't have to send me anything. All right, my friends. I must bid you a fond adieu. My boyfriend should be home any moment. We're going out to dinner. My son's coming down. He's going with us. Thank you all for the very kind birthday wishes. Thank you for spending some time with me on my birthday. I appreciate you all being here. I'm trying to think. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Channel members, I'll see you tomorrow night. I can't think of anything else. Otherwise, I'll just see you all tomorrow. Thank you again. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Kevin, Mon H, Joy, Ollie, Kira. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day and remember who the hell you are. Remember who you're choosing to be. The version of yourself that has your desire.